Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and stop.
So I'm just finishing up a walk with the Rubu. It's just, the weather has just taken a change for the worst. I'm trying to like duck under cover here so I don't get all the camera and everything wet. So I'm just taking her for a little walk, and I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that's like stopped by the channel, and for everyone who's left like the most lovely comments and that have subbed to the channel. Like, it means the absolute world to me. I actually can't like thank you guys enough just for like the great reception that you've all given me. It's been really awesome, and yeah, like I've got loads planned to do today, but I just thought maybe I should go through a little bit with you guys today and maybe do like a bit of a reintroduction. Like, obviously I know you've already met me, but for those of you that haven't, my name's Laura. I have a tiny urban garden in Ireland, in the southeast of Ireland. I'm originally obviously from the UK, but all my family are Irish, so obviously we moved back home. But obviously England's where I grew up. So yeah, like I just fell in love with growing vegetables. Like, obviously cooking was probably my initial forte, and then I started to kind of wanting to know like how things grow and how to make things taste better. And I suppose what I'm learning most at the minute is kind of how like you can really make like the vegetable kind of the star of your show. I mean, for me, and like my upbringing and like how I was, like sort of meat or fish would have been the main star of the show. So I would obviously have to buy that in. But what I'm really learning about the way like things grow is like you can make like anything the hero of the dish. So that's what I'm learning most about kind of the gardening side of things, like bringing it into the kitchen. So yeah, I'm a bit of like a foodie. I love my food, I love to eat out, I love to have like homegrown things as well, obviously. That's a little bit more about me, why I got into gardening, and I will see you back at home, hopefully if the rain stays off. So, my gorgeous raspberry looks like it's going to be ready very, very soon. It's all swelling up, it looks absolutely beautiful. My potatoes, not looking too shabby. They've just flowered and they're looking strong, and obviously it's raining today, so it looks so lovely. And then my tomatoes, if you watch Tomato Time, they have shot up. They are literally a few feet tall now, and they're nearly up at the second railing of my my stand. So yeah, aren't they looking amazing? So I need to go in and probably trim off just some of the bottom bits just to create a bit of airflow, because obviously this garden does get quite humid, and funguses can be a bit of a problem towards the end of summer. So I'm going to just trim off a few of those bottom branches just to get a bit of air circulation. And I did notice, if you actually follow me on Instagram, you'd noticed I put up a post about this dog's vomit, it's called, or slime mould. And people say it can be from overwatering, but I hadn't actually watered this bed for 3 days before that cropped up, so I'm not really sure. And obviously it hasn't rained in 4 weeks, so I'm not really sure where it came from. So there's a bit there, and then there's another bit just over there on the patch of spinach there. So I'm just going to leave it alone because everyone says it's harmless. well, my pals on Instagram are telling me that it's harmless, so I think it should be fine. It just doesn't look the best, but the name definitely suits dog's vomit. Nasty, nasty looking stuff. But it's a type of fungus anyway, is what it is. So it's kind of illuminous on the camera there, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to see. But it was bright yellow, looked like a crusty patch of yellow to start with. And then the next day it bloomed up and started bubbling and looking like that. So it looked like something out of a chemical experiment. But yeah, gorgeous flowers starting on there. 2 trusses of flowers, 3 trusses actually started up. But yeah, look, flying it, so they are outside. So yeah, and then the last thing I want to show you before we go on to the main project today is the lilies. Look how gorgeous they look. They've just started opening. So this one opened first, and then he encouraged this one to pop up, and then the one in the back there is popping up, and the rest of them should come along now. So they're looking fab there. Step back and show you a bit better. They're looking fab now. Some of the daisies, need to deadhead some of them daisies, and there'll be a full bloom of lilies. So it looks like they're all pink. I had some orange ones last year, so I don't know why none of them are orange. But yeah, I'm not complaining because they look absolutely gorgeous. And there's something so nice about water droplets on petals. And the bees should like them too. Aren't they lovely? And then under here, which you can't really see because I've actually netted it. Just see, can I get you in there? To see now. In here is, if I can find it. Nope, he's hiding. I have a little strawberry in there, and it's just started to go pink. But he's not fully pink yet. It's very hard to show. There we are. He's not fully pink yet. So, but we should, I'd say literally within a week, we'll be able to eat most of these strawberries. They'll start coming in. So just tuck them back under. So the main project for this week, or this weekend shall I say, is this bed. We're changing all of it because the birds are ripping out everything. I've got a huge problem with the birds. I did think originally the salad over here would be perfect there. I get that foot of shade that I was telling you about, but look, I just didn't plan for the birds, and they are just ripping everything out. Do you see that massive hole? Like, that is a huge hole. Like, look how deep that is. Like, that's literally a few fingers deep. So there's just craters all over the place, and you'd think like a cat or someone's been like digging in the bed. So yeah, so this main bed now is going to be all stripped out, bar probably the broad bean, because I really feel like I just want to get the last pickings off of that, and then that will obviously be cut down. But I didn't realise that when you put in patty pans, slight mistake on my behalf, the patty pans need 60 centimetres space, not a foot, probably 12 centimetres probably, but they need probably 2 foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice 3 of the patty pans, leave 1 in. I might transplant 1 into a flower pot to try and save it, but obviously we don't know how that's going to go because it is just starting to put out a few flowers, so I don't know, is it a little bit going to be a bit too delicate for it? And then I'm going to harvest some beetroot, I'm going to harvest some carrots, and ultimately I'm going to start making some space in this bed for the summer crops and the brassicas. I've got a load of beautiful brassicas that I want to put into this bed, and I'm going to take out where the salad is, and half of this bed is going to be brassicas, which I can then net. I can take the net off the strawberries, pop it onto where the brassicas are going to go in, and put the peppers in, and yeah, have a few more plants, but I can't bring the plant out because it's raining and it's just going to get destroyed in the rain. So yeah, that's basically the long and short. I'm changing this whole bed around, and the only thing that's going to stay temporarily is the broad bean till it's finished, which I reckon, we've been picking that for about 5 to 6 weeks now, so I reckon there's not much more left on that. And I'm going to leave 1 patty pan in, and the rest of it is pretty much going to be dug up and moved out into different places. And I need to find a new home for the lettuce because it's really suffering. So I'm having a daily, hourly battle with with the blackbird that's coming in at the minute. And yeah, I don't want to have to net the whole garden. So yeah, I'm going to move those into smaller pots, and yeah, they'll probably benefit from the shade, bit more shady areas in the garden as well. So yeah, let's crack on and I'm going to throw this into a time lapse to show you quickly what we get up to.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my son.
We're back in the garden today, so it's the following day. I conceded, the weather got the better of me. Today, the brassicas are going in, so I'll give you a little look at them now. All of these are going to be planted in the bottom half of the main growing space. So I've got a few bits in here, and I'll go through each one of them as we plant them out. So I have a range of brassicas that I hope then, if I plant them now, will be good enough to eat then throughout the autumn and the winter. So I've got a range here. So I've got some Brussels sprouts. They are looking a little bit sad because the weather's gotten really, really hot today. So obviously yesterday showers and thunder, and then now today obviously really overcast and sunny. But like that, they'll be fine once I give them a good water and pop them into the ground. So I have, Brussels sprouts. I have about 3 or 4 of those. I have some beautiful dwarf kale. I have, I think, 2 of those. And I have some purple sprouting broccoli. So I might just pot that up first before I pop it into this bed. Obviously, this takes ages to grow. This was sown in the 2nd week of May, I think, roughly. So yeah, I mean, this won't be feeding us until hopefully the hungry gap next year. So I might pot him up and then transplant him kind of up this end of the bed a bit later in the year, just to leave space for a few extra summer crops, peppers and things like that in that half of the bed. So yeah, I'm going to space them probably three plants per row, and then the plan is then to take the net that's from the strawberries and net this, obviously, because the white cabbage butterfly will decimate these and have a great time laying eggs and letting the little babies feed on these gorgeous leaves. So that's the plan. And then what it means then is come the winter, when all the summer crops are done on that end of the bed, I'll actually be able to just extend the net further up, and then I'll be able to have more beets and winter leaves growing for kind of overwintering, and more spring onions. Obviously, we know they did really well last year, overwintered, so that's kind of the plan. So this is kind of like a dual bed kind of going forward, so that we get kind of the best of a summer crop and an autumn winter crop as well, to try and see can we kind of extend kind of the cropping from this little space. So yeah. just finished off potting up the patty pan, so I transferred it from the main bed over to here. So I've made a little makeshift cage for the one in the back there, and that's in a 30-litre tub. And then I don't have a place for this little one on the left and this little one on the right, so I think they'll be okay for now. And what I'll do is I'll head to Woody's during the week after work, and I'll get some more containers for those. I think they're okay. They look kind of happy. Obviously I've just moved them, so they're drooping a little bit with a bit of transplant shock, but overall I think they might be okay. So the brassicas are in. Super chuffed. I think they'll do really well here. I grew sprouts last year and they were just dotted around anywhere, and they probably didn't have as much space as I'm giving them this year, so I'm super happy about that. Yeah, pop the net on them when the strawberries are done, and yeah, we've moved the patty pan to give that top end a bit more space and to get the rest of our summer crops in. And yeah, really pleased. The weather's obviously brightened up a bit, but like, yeah, a little bit of rain every week would be nice as well. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye.